Hey guys, welcome to my first content video. Ooh, we made it. So today we're going to be installing a Cobb electronic boost control solenoid to my 2006 Subaru STi, which you can see partially behind me here. So this video is not meant to be a how does it work. It's going to be more of an install video. You'll kind of be learning with me. Obviously I've never installed one before, that's why it's right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just, from the research that I've seen and done before, just going to do a little diagram real quick, which will help me reference it later and then help us install it later as well. So there are 3 ports on this Cobb. We have port 1 over here, 2 on the left side, and 3 will be up here. So I'm going to replace this with a nice drawing. There it is, awesome diagram. So what we got going on here is you got your port 1, which is going to go to your intake, port 2, which is going to the wastegate, port 3 to the turbo compressor. I actually have my old turbo here, which unfortunately, I didn't get a video of the install on it, but this is the VF39 stock on the 2006. I replaced it with a Blauch 2.5 XTR, so we'll see how that goes. But here's your wastegate, here's your compressor. So this is your port 2, this is your port 3. Subaru has the stock 2-port, and these two are actually combined into a T splitter and will go to the port, and then your port 1 basically is the other port on the 2-port. So we're going to be splitting those off just so you have a little bit more control. So we'll grab the controller here and we'll head over to the car and take a look how it looks there. So here we have the stock one here, and you can see this is the electronics for it, but you have 2 tubes coming out of it, one here and one here. This is going into your intake. This one has that T splitter that I was talking about that would connect the wastegate actuator to the compressor housing, which is right there. So we'll have to do some modifications. This line on this newer turbo here does not actually fit between the two, so we'll have to extend that. But first things first is we're going to pull this off. You have 3 10mm bolts down here, 2 of them here, 1 of them definitely under there. So I actually already loosened these up a little bit, so I'll just pop these off super quick. Okay, so I got them off. I took off this one and that one. I loosened that one up on the bottom there so I could move this off, which will kind of give me access to the 2 bolts here, and that'll let me pop this completely off just like that. So at that point, we can pop off the electronic here if we want. There we go. And so now I have this one. I'm just going to rip this out here so that I can take it back and work on it a little bit. Pull that, and there we go. Now we have our stock one off that we can replace. So let's start doing that. So as I was sitting here wrenching, I kind of made a personal choice, and I decided to pull this completely out. This was something like that. Actually, I don't even know how it went. Like this. I didn't like it at all. All it was doing was holding a wire, which I can zip tie right down kind of where it is. And well, the other thing that I noticed is when I bought this, I technically got not the 04 to 07 version, but the 08 to, I think, 2020 actually. However, I was looking at all the numbers, verified everything. I'm pretty sure this is still the exact same thing. It just has a different mounting style. Obviously, you can see from the mounting style there would mount there. Mine that I have is not going to mount there anymore. So what I decided to do was pull that out. This is a ground here, and what I'm going to do is bend that mounting bracket so that I can mount it just like that, right there. And then that way I'll still be able to have my ground there and run all the wires kind of exactly where it was stock location. I have seen before some people have theirs mounted somewhere over here. I am choosing not to do that. I don't want all the wires in here. It's already a cluster. So I am going to work on getting that bent. All right, so I got lucky, guys. I was able to bend it. Actually looks pretty good. I just used my vise here and put it in there and used my hands. I was able to get a pretty nice bend on it. I think it'll work. And the lucky part that I was saying that I got lucky was I was testing it, and this longer bolt that came out of here, I don't know why it's longer than the other two, But this bolt actually threads perfectly through there. So this is gonna work perfectly to thread through both of those sections and just secure it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of get that secured on. I'm gonna keep this still grounded. I'll probably, I pointed, you can't tell. I'll probably attach it just to the front end there, and we'll go from there. Okay, Uncle, I give up. I admitted defeat. I could not get it to go through there. I ended up drilling out the threads on this thing. As maybe you guys probably thought already, marrying it up to that other bolt, putting a single nut into 2 bolts, I could never get it tight enough. Either the bolt always matched up to this, and so then it was loose against the back and I could wiggle it, or it was all the way tight but the bolt was sticking out, so I drilled it. Now it'll work really well, like this. Look at that, nice and tight. I disconnected this little guy just because it was easier. That just plugs right back into that white wire like that. But then this is ready to go. I can hop back here, plug this in. It's enough room to kind of hide this away. I'm gonna have my cold mount coming up through here anyway, so perfect. Now I can kind of get going on wiring some of the tubes. So there, we kind of have it mounted. You can kind of see I'm missing that 3rd port here because it was coming into this T before here. I just need more tubing. So I'm gonna have to go run out and grab some tubing. We'll see if I get that today or not. But you can kind of see again, here we have the intake port, right? That's running to port 1. I'll have to zip tie that. This is the 3rd port in the middle again. So that I have running underneath your coolant top here. And you can kind of see it right here, just going into there. Again, gonna have to zip tie that as well. And then, like I said, with the 2 port that was here, that connected into here. Basically this hose connected and it had this T that would go to both of those on the turbo. So I just got to run some to the wastegate, which is right there. So shouldn't be that hard. I mean, that's really the whole install. Everywhere I've read says you got to get a tune afterwards. I've been doing a lot of work onto this. I mean, since I'm here, basically took the whole top mount. When I bought this car back in February, the only thing that was really done to it was the block. Whole new built block. Bought it from the guy with some plans to one day make it kind of a track car. So slowly been doing stuff to it. Remove that top mount. Going to be doing a whole front mount kit. New turbo back in here, which looks really nice, used. As we were taking the turbo out, we broke the oil line, so I had to order new oil lines, and then because of that, also needed to get the new lines that went to the EBCS. So you can kind of see in here. No, you can't. Over here, new lines here as well. So it's been fun, learning a lot. Holy cow. So that'll happen. As you can see, you know, I've never done a lot of these before, never made these videos before, so if the quality is terrible, hopefully that only gets better. But I guess as a takeaway, the big thing here really is this diagram. You know, switching over to it is pretty simple. You just got to know that you have a 2-port, which is the old one here. The bottom one here was going, I think this one was going to your intake, and then this one was going to these two with that T. So really, to switch it out, you just take that T out, and then intake still goes to intake, but then these two from the T split out and go like that from here. So pretty simple. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, first video here, posting for content, really just trying to get a video out there, informational video, learning with me. I didn't go into a lot of detail of how the parts work. I assume if you're looking to install the part, you know how the part works, so don't really need to go over that. Now if you guys want to learn anything, hit me up, let me know. I'm more than happy. I love learning this stuff. I'd love to make some more diagrams. It's fun. So yeah, I mean, if you kind of enjoy my teaching style, hope you tune back for some other videos. I'm sure there'll be more. The next video that I'll probably be doing will be setting up the AIG air oil separator here that I got. So we'll see how that goes. I still have some more research to do on that to make sure that I'm doing everything right. But feel free to tune in. You can learn with me. Until then, see ya.